From your left to right, Ethan Morton, Zach Eady, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you.
Braden, I don't think you had a field goal, but you had 8 free throws. Is that a conscious effort thing you try to do when it's not falling from outside?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess just people just putting trust with the ball in my hand. Obviously made a couple turnovers here and there, but just the coaches trusting me with the ball in my hand and just trying to go make plays for people. So that's just what happened. Wasn't able to get a shot to fall, so just kind of live with it.
Zach, this was a defensive struggle down the end, 4-4 over the last 4 minutes. What was the difference as far as Purdue, as far as the defense being able to hold them off?
I think we had they ran that Spain action. We had to get adjusted to it. We maybe messed up a few times. Something we scouted, but it was just a few defensive lapses. It's the end of our 4-game stretch. Guys get really tired. Maybe that affects the mental a little bit, but we just got to be better at the end there.
Ethan back here. I thought one of the key points of this game was every time Maryland made a run, you seemed to be in the way of Maryland making that run. Solid defense today. You want to talk a little bit about what your concentration level was on the field, on the floor?
Yeah. I was with Young a lot of the game. Obviously, great player. Was able to get away from us a few times in the second half. But between him and Scott and Hart and even Reese, we knew we weren't going to hold him down forever. Just some lapses on our part in the second half. But I think we showed a good fight just every time they sort of went on a run of getting a stop or getting an easy bucket to kind of stop the bleeding. But like they hit on, definitely a lot of things to clean up for us. But that was important because that's a team, just watching them, they can sort of heat up, all at once with the different guys that can score and the way they space the floor. So to get some key stops to break that up was definitely big for us in the second half.
Hey, Ethan. You guys haven't been zoned very much this season.
Mm-hmm.
What were the challenges there in the second half when they threw some more zone looks at you?
Yeah,
especially coming out of the pressure.
Yeah, it was definitely a combination of both. I think they did a good job of having that token pressure to kind of get us out of play, like have us starting our plays later. And they did a good job of they were in that zone and then they matched up out of it at about 10, 15 seconds on the shot clock. So I think that more than just the zone itself gave it problems. The ability for them to switch defenses on the fly was tough, But, it just sort of got us out of rhythm, I think. I was telling Zach walking here, I think we just never really found our footing offensively in the second half. It was sort of stagnant. And part of that was just not getting as many stops and just some live ball turnovers where they seemed to get some open layups. So definitely, like I said, some stuff we can clean up and continue to work and get better at because we're going to see them again, next month.
Ethan, on the last possession that Young got the shot, did you get a hand on the ball when it came in bounds?
Yeah, and I should have just caught it with 2 hands and ended the game. But I was able to at least get a hand on it, but Young sort of ends up in the right place, right time, and they get a good shot. So just trying to go and get that ball with 2 hands. And we can't really foul at that point. It's low clock. There's not much time to get all that done. But definitely just get with 2 hands and end the game there.
Just the challenge of chasing him around all day, and you feel similar after Penn State where you're a little bit exhausted there?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I said, he's a great player, really good at getting downhill. I gave him some looks that he probably should have made that I shouldn't have given him. But luckily I was able to kind of, keep him on his toes. And obviously that goes back to the scouting report from the coaches and having big fella behind me and everybody else in help. Like I said, it makes my job a little bit easier. So,
Zach, the team is 19-1, first time in Purdue history. But listening to what you guys are saying, that you still feel there's a lot of room for improvement.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're still a young team. Everyone has room for improvement defensively, offensively. We're never a finished product. Something Coach Paint really says, like, you'll have a really good game. For example, like today, we out-rebounded them by a lot. It doesn't mean we're satisfied with how we're rebounding. It doesn't mean we don't feel like we could have done better on the glass. There's still a lot of room for improvement in every facet of our game, offensively, defensively, rebounding, turnovers. we're never going to be satisfied with where we are.
For Zach, can you speak to the challenges the zone looks created for you in the post, if any?
Yeah, it's just different. Obviously, when you get in the zone versus man, you'll have different looks. You'll catch the ball in different ways. So kind of getting used to that. We haven't seen much zone this year in general, but teams might start doing that against us. I got to be ready for whatever looks I might get out of it.
Ethan, obviously, kind of mentioned an imperfect 19-1, but last year you lost some games that were like this in the Big Ten race. How crucial is it then, other than Rutgers, this team has found ways somehow, some way to win these close games?
Yeah, super important, obviously. Like I said, anytime you can get a win in this league, no matter what, you'll take it. So we're happy with that. But definitely a long way to go, like they were saying. Like Z said, we're never a finished product. But hopefully we can continue to learn from these wins instead of learning from a loss. I think that's an important thing for us. But I definitely agree. Last year, it's actually funny. We kind of, I think, got into a similar game with Maryland last year here. It was low scoring, kind of a rock fight at the end. And that's a game that I think we struggled with last year a lot. But, luckily for us, not by any fault of our own, the way we shot the ball at the beginning of the year, we sort of put ourselves in a lot of those games to begin with. So we've been there a lot and had experience in winning these low-scoring games, just trying to, win with our defense. So it's always good to have in your back pocket, and then we'll continue to work and make adjustments on both sides of the ball. Just continue to get better. But yeah, like you said, it's good for us to win a game like this and keep things rolling.
For Ethan, with about 5.5 minutes to go, I think you guys were up 3, and you run down that play in transition for that block shot. Can you just kind of walk us through that? They'd gotten a lot of offense that way, and you kind of took it away.
Yeah, really just lucky that I ended up there. Because it was different. It was a different game plan for us this game because I was jamming the ball instead of Braden, so I wasn't getting back. But on that play, they sort of leaked out, and I think it was Fletch that was back. He did a good job of at least not giving him a free layup. He made him get to that Euro step and change directions. That gave me time to get back and get a piece of it. So really, the play should go to him. But yeah, that was a big time play because it's kind of I don't know if we end up scoring the next possession, but that's at least a 4-point swing for us there at a crucial point in the game.
Just assessed how you guys handled the press, their press, and where do some of the improvements need to happen here the next few weeks?
Yes, definitely we had to adjust through a couple different things, man, zone. So just trying to adjust and figure it out from there. I think just me personally, just kind of limiting the turnovers. It's my job, first of all, and second of all, I should be better than that. So I think just from that aspect, just limiting those turnovers and just kind of going with it and getting in our offense early.
Over too.
Thank you, guys.
At your request.